So we're about to embark on a journey or mission or whatever you want to call it, where I want to solve once and for all a simple problem that we as fig growers seem to have when we first start getting our cuttings rooting in the wintertime, indoors or wherever we're doing it. And then they start dying back. We get them rooted and we get all excited, and then those roots start turning brown eventually. I know I found the solution to this problem. I have figured out how to take several cuttings that were not looking that good and I thought were dying, and take them from that condition to just blasting off through the stratosphere and exploding with growth. I want you guys to tune into this one and watch, because I think I figured out how to solve the problem. I really do. Here we go. All right, so we've got a little problem we got to fix here, and I learned something last summer. I'm going to try it again here indoors, but I've got my little grow table here, and they're just under my T8 bulbs. There's 4 of them total under there, 2 fluorescent, 2 LEDs, and they're on 12 hours a day. These figs are doing great here. These are the ones I up potted into these root maker pots here. We got a Black Madeira KK and a Ben's Golden Riverside, but you saw I took that cutting off of my Black Madeira KK. It was actually an air layer that never finished air layering, and I cut it off and brought it inside. Now it's been struggling. It started out growing new roots, and then those roots started turning brown and doing nothing. It's that dreaded root rot, root death. I don't know. It's just what a lot of figs do when you have them in the wrong environment. And sometimes we just have a hard time figuring out what environment that is. But last summer, I took a fig that was in that state, I up potted it to a bigger pot, and it took off and flourished, despite how much I watered it. So let's do that now. I'm gonna up pot this into a root maker pot, and we're gonna see if this thing doesn't take off. All right, let's get this settled here. And I've got no potting soil, so a little messy back here. It ain't fancy, but that's what I use. Get some more of this dry bark here. I'm not sure what's been going on with this bark, but it's still dry from this summer, and it's not absorbing water despite the massive amounts of rain that we're getting. I'm not sure what that's all about, but I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of way to hydrate this stuff. All right, now we're talking. I'm going to start off with this guy right here, and let's get these little zip ties off. All right, what will we find? Well, there's some roots. We'll see how healthy they are. You can see I threw a few of those little mosquito bits down in there because I felt like there was some fruit fly larvae coming around. I think we might have it. There it is. Your new home, buddy. All right, little Lou. Let's get you planted. We'll get a little bit of this fertilizer. This is a slow release fertilizer. It opens up after or over about a 4-month period and slowly fertilizes them, which is what I like. Makes it so much easier. But as I did before, I'm going to get inside and saturate these pots with some water that has Miracle Grow in them to get them some immediate nitrogen. All right, now these figs are not going back in the same spot. We're going to put them inside this beautiful little grow tent. For now, anyway. So this is a 27 by 27 by, I think it's 63 inches tall, Mars Hydro grow tent. I absolutely love this thing. It is a beautiful grow tent for growing small plants or small amounts of plants. And what I was thinking about doing ultimately is putting one of these black Madeira KKs, if I can get them to root and do well, right in the center here, and just having one grow up in here and see exactly if we can grow an indoor fig as good as Figgy Ed's, crazy Eddie, and do it in a 2x2 or 27 by 27 inch grow tent, something this small with just 200 watt lighting, and see how we do. Let's check one more thing on this real quick. All right, here's the little light that those figs were just under, but I'm gonna use my apogee meter here, and we're gonna put the sensor right about, they were a little shorter, but we'll go about here and see what those little T8 bulbs are doing. And we've got 168, 170, somewhere in there, PAR or par. Now this light is quite a bit higher, so this is probably, I'd say about 4 foot higher than these plants right now. And I'm right in the middle, about where the leaf canopy is. Holy buckets! Come in here, guys, take a look at this. All right, so I'm right at that leaf canopy, and we are getting 439, 440 par. Wow, that's quite a difference. All right, so let's give them a little drink now. And like I said, this is just a standard dilution Miracle Grow. You'll just give them a little bit of nitrogen to start off with, because that slow release fertilizer will take a little bit of time to break down. Actually, I need to do one more thing. Geez, guys, where were you on that one? We don't want fungus gnats in here. Let's get some of this mosquito bit sprinkled around here. I think we're out. All right, let's water that in now. And yes, these guys are getting a lot of water. People worry about overwatering figs, but when I transplant figs, I don't know, I kind of like to make sure they get plenty of water to start off with. And then I just leave the pots and let them slowly dry out a little bit more over time. All right, so there's the beginning of an indoor grow. It's not the indoor grow, but it's a indoor grow. This isn't the ultimate place that these little guys are gonna wind up. I just want to get them out from under that table and into some really good lighting. I'm gonna change the lighting on this to probably about 14 hours a day, just so it simulates summertime light. So in our area, I know it changes depending on what part of the country you're in. And because we're so far north, in the summertime, it's like 14.5-hour days, I think. And so they like that pretty well and start growing quickly. So I'm gonna do 14 hours on these. If I need to go more, I will, but let's see how they do. Anyway, today is December 11th. We'll give it some time. I'll let you guys know when something's happened or didn't happen, and we'll go from there. All right, here we go. So here we are. That was December 11th, and today is January 12th, so about a month difference. And wow, yeah, I guess there is a change when you up pot these figs. Let's take a look at these guys. I got to stop here and say, I'm pretty amazed at what I've been getting with what I've been doing in here with these figs, growing them indoors. I've never grown figs indoors in the manner that I'm doing it now, and I've never seen such beautiful, lush growth so quickly coming out of these figs. It almost makes me want to say these plants are tropical plants. They belong in the tropics. I don't know. But here we are. I've never seen figs grow this well, even in the full summer in my region, outdoors in 90-degree temps. I don't know what to say, but we're going to get more into that in other videos. But this one, I just want to show, I think we've proven this point a little bit. Now, I do have the temperature in this room in the, what is it, the 70s, something like that, 74 degrees, somewhere around that temp. Humidity's around 50, 55%. And I think that helped a little bit, but those figs were sitting in this room already when I had them in their little air layer pod sitting over under that table. I did increase the temp just a hair, maybe 5 degrees. So that might have helped somewhat. I will kind of tell you that. I want to tell you all the factors going into this, but just up potting these, just putting them into pots, giving them a good watering, and putting them under some nice heavy lights. That's that 250 watt light. They just took off. I mean, does this solve our problem of why are my figs stalling out, my little cuttings, my newly rooted cuttings? Why are they stalling out? And why am I struggling to get these roots to grow and these plants to take off? Why are they shriveling back and dying just after they get rooted? Because that's what these guys were doing. This was that tall one, that tall, thin one, you can see right there, that was in that ball. It was in that air layer ball. And the roots were really healthy way back in the beginning. But then they started turning brown and shriveling back until I put them in this. And now, look at that new growth. Look at this. It's beautiful. And it's just, the leaves. I mean, this thing's loving this right now. And once again, I'm in these root maker pots. And I really like that. They're turning out to be really nice pots. I don't know if maybe that's a part of it, what's contributing to this or not. I haven't pulled any of them out to look at roots yet. That's coming way down the road here. I just want to see how this goes right now, just up potting these. Then we've got our Campaneri. This guy was already doing good in that cup, but it was kind of stagnant. It wasn't taking off. The roots were looking good, but it wasn't just taking off and flourishing. I put it in this root maker pot, and now look at what we got. Look at those roots down in there. You see them? We've got them popping out of the stem still. I love that. Look at that. Just amazing. Anyway, so there you go. These things are working great. We've got beautiful, healthy growth. Lou, this is your fig. I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing. It's been a month. It's been 1 month, and it's put on 6 inches of growth there, and it's just getting started. And I've got to hold this thing over for you until spring. I mean, this is insane, man. I'm going to be sending you a 6-foot tall fig tree. So I don't know how we're going to deal with that. But that's your fig, man. That's that Campaneri. Now let's look at this guy over here. This is the one that was doing, not the worst, I don't want to say, but it was struggling. It was a tiny little cutting that didn't have much of any, it didn't even have roots when I cut it off the stem and put it in that little cup, and it never, I think it grew 1 root in the cup, but it was just a little guy that was struggling. But once I up potted it and put it in this tent, boom. I mean, it just seems like that's a big part of how to keep these things alive, these little rooted cuttings. You got to up pot them, put them in a bigger pot, give them plenty of water. I know in the past I've said that overwatering is a problem. I think that's only when you keep them contained in tiny little pots, because I've been watering these guys like crazy and they're just soaking it up now in the bigger pots. And with all the light, they just need more intense light to continue growing well. Now they're probably fine. You know, come spring, I could put them outside and they probably do just fine. But, well, when the weather's warm enough. But, I mean, indoors in the winter, when you guys are struggling with your rooted cuttings, I think the answer is going to be up pot them and get them under some more intense light, and they will just take off and flourish. And the heat. It's like 74 degrees in here. So I think that answers our question. I think we've solved this one. I think I know how to take care of my rooted cuttings after they have started rooting, but then start to die back. They just can't stay in those tiny little cups or those tiny little pots under weak lights for an entire winter. They need to take off and start growing. All right, so what do you guys think of that one? I mean, I'm just blown away by that. And from now on, I am going to be treating all of my newly rooted fig cuttings like that. I'm not going to wait till they start looking like they're dying back. Once they've got good, healthy white roots coming out of them, boom, we're potting them up to better pots, and we're going to put them under better lights, and we're going to continue growing them. In the past, I shied away from this kind of thing because I didn't really want to be growing a forest in my house. But Crazy Figgy Ed, or Crazy Eddie as we affectionately like to call him.
Crazy Eddie's going bananas with the...
He got me started on this indoor fig growing path, and now I'm like, I don't care. Let's just grow figs indoors. It's going to be fun. And I found out it's really not any more expensive than It has to be. It's not that much more money with electricity when you cost it all out, and we can do that later on, but this is the answer. This is what we're doing from here on. We're going to up-pot these things into bigger pots, put them under grow lights, and grow these darn things like they were meant to be grown. And if you don't want to do that, you might as well just start your cuttings in the summer. I don't know what else to say, because these things just love heat, they love light, and they love bigger pots. So, I hope you guys learned something from this one, because I know I did. I learned a ton from this one, and I'm excited to move forward with this indoor fig growing thing. Thank you, Crazy Eddie. If you guys did learn something from this, you know what to do. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more fantastic fig videos and any other kind of videos. We're going to be headed into spring soon, and rhododendron season's coming. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I love you all very much. I'm trying to get over a cold. That's why I sound a little funny right now. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.